guys, welcome back to my channel. It's G from Happiness and Crafting. So Shabby Saturday today. I thought we would make some little lacy envelopes. Now I've got lots and lots of lovely lace and little doilies and things, so I thought I would make some little lacy envelopes, and they are just beautiful. So pretty, and they're just great, you know, for a little shabby project. I've got this one as well. This one has got stains on it, so the lace was all stained anyway, but I just think it looks so pretty. And then I have got this one as well, but I think they are lovely. The reason I did this actually was, the first thing I did was make this little pouch for my one of my mini journals, and it just fits just perfect. Now this is like a little envelope. Now I've got some lace, and it's really beautiful, and it's quite hard, so it's absolutely ideal. So I cut two little pieces off. One of them I backed with some paper to make a little envelope, and this one I just, you know, glued the two little sections here, and then made it into a little pouch and popped a little bit of fabric on there, and it just fits perfectly. This is one of my little journals, and I think it's just beautiful. I wanted a little cover for my journal, but I wasn't quite sure what, and I just, look at that, doesn't that just look gorgeous in there? So loving that. Oopsie daisy. So that's where I started, and then this one, I've got some other little bits and pieces in here as well. This one was a lot sort of softer. So what I did, I backed it with some cards. So, and the little closure is a ball pin. I do apologise if you can hear the gardeners outside. I've tried all day, and they're just going on all day. But I'll have to just do the video because it's getting quite late now. But I've just attached it as the closure, and you can see the paper inside, and I've just clipped it to the little flower as the closure. But I just think it looks so pretty. The papers I used are the antique and orchard papers, but I just think they're beautiful, and you can just sort of like see a hint of the paper underneath. It's not completely covered. And then I've just got a little ball pin, which I'm going to just open up, attach to the little flower. It's just another way of making a closure, because I didn't want to wrap something all the way around. Not necessarily going to put anything on this side, but I didn't want a big piece of ribbon or something wrapped around there, because I just love that as it is. So loving them. And then there's this one. I did a little bit of Velcro. That was my first one. I did like a little Velcro strip, a little bit, and stuck it down, but it's okay. It's not my favourite. I think I prefer the little ball pin on there to hold that down, and I just made a little lacy flower from the vintage lace on there. So let's do this. I'll do that one in a moment. I do want to make one of these little ones because I've got another journal I'd like to pop in there. So I'm going to show you that one first because it's really simple. I hate cutting this up, I really do, but I'm making some pretty things, so it's okay. But this is just beautiful. So I'm just going to go straight down through the middle there, and then through here. So we've got some little squares. So this is a lovely one because it's got really nice sort of stiffness to it. It's very, you know, it's made out of that lovely, I don't know, I think it's just sort of a really nice cotton thread in there. Oh, we don't need two of them, do we? So let's get, actually, is this the flatter one? Not really, but this is the bit. I'll use that. Oh, which bit should I use? Oh, it doesn't really matter, does it? I might cut that little bit off there so it's got a rounded top. So all I'm going to do, so we just make it into like a little envelope. So I'm just folding in the sides like you would on an envelope, like that, and try and sort of squash that down there like that, and then lift this one up like that. Now I don't want to lift it up too much. I want this to be sort of like almost level, if you know what I mean. So these go down. Now I'm glue gunning this because it's the quickest way to do it. So I just push that down, make sure we've got a nice crease in there. It does, on this one, it does just turn that over just a little bit, if you know what I mean. This just goes up and over, but I'm not going to cut it like you would an envelope. I will be sticking that down. So all I'm going to do now is take my glue gun. I'm going to pop it onto this bit. I'm going to put a little bit of glue all the way down through there, and on that little foldy over bit, pop that down. Don't push down on it. Put your fingers underneath and squeeze it as you're going to stick the whole things together. I found the glue gun is the best one because it's quick. It's just a really, really quick one, and you need a sort of something that's going to sort of like quickly dry and stick. So just a little tap, and then we will just stick that down. So I've got lots and lots of beautiful doilies and lace, so I thought it's about time I started using them, isn't it? Let's get rid of these little bits of glue gun on, and you can't see the glue. Do you know what I mean? It just gives it a lovely, lovely look. Now again, you can obviously make that into an envelope if you wanted to. I'm going to just cut that little tiny bit off there, just so that top is a little bit rounded. Can you see? That's got a nice little rounded top there. Now I'm just going to get my other little journal, and that's this little one. So I'm hoping she'll fit in there. She should do. That will just stick in there. She's got a little bow. Pop that in. It's going to fit. There we go. That just, actually that will be quite nice hanging out the side, won't it? So that's like a little, oh, it looks so cute. I love it. So that's going to go in there. Now we need something on the front, don't we? This one is some of this. Now this is out of that rug that I took apart. Now I tell you what, if you look at that and you look at seam binding, it's got the same sort of look to it. Do you know what I mean? So I don't know whether this is sort of like a silky on here. But can you see the sort of like thread is sort of like very, very similar. It's got a real similar look to it, so I'm not quite sure what this is made of. But I just sort of like cut it up and popped it on there, little strands and a little embellishment on there. But I'm not going to do this one. I was just going to pop actually a little, just one of these little flowers on. And this is from the raggy rug, and this one. And I just think that will look nice. Just popped on there as is, maybe with a little pearl in there. Let me just take this out. Stick that on. Let's just pop a little bit of glue on there. We do like a little envelope, don't we? Right, I'm going to take this and push that down, just so I don't burn myself. There we go, and it doesn't stick everywhere. Look at that, that's so pretty. Oh, so pretty. Let's put that back with my glue gun so I don't lose it. There we go. And then maybe, should we pop a little pearl in there? Yeah, because we've got pearls on this one, so we can pop a little pearl in the middle. Oops, we don't need lots. We just need the one. A little bit of glue on there. Just a tiny bit. There we go. Pop that on. Look at that. So how cute is that? That's just beautiful, isn't it? And really quite quick and simple to make. You probably could make it out of a floppier piece of lace. I do apologise, I'm getting a bit of a croaky throat again. It'll be a little bit more bendy, if you know what I mean. That out. Look at that. Isn't that just gorgeous? So I have two of those. Oh, I love them. This is the one that I'm making, in the middle of making at the moment. I'm doing this one on Instagram. But so I could probably make, you know, quite a big cover, even if I put it in this way. So I might do that at some point, but these I'm loving. Right, so let's show you the other way. The other way as well, I'm going to be using the sewing machine. So I'm going to take a piece of this. Look how beautiful this is. This is my square ones. I've got a couple of sort of square ones somewhere. I did have another one. I've got this as well. This is all square. This looks like it's been cut as well. So that would probably work as a little white one on those, but I'm going to cut this piece as well. Oh, I need to cut sort of down here, I think. And then I'd have this is a bit, because I had a little bit left over as well. Can you see? This is the little middle bit that I had left over. So that would look lovely on a journal, wouldn't it? So I'm going to just, probably could, that looks like it's separate on there. I don't know whether that's been separately sewn on. So let's just, nice sharp scissors if you're going to do this. There we go. And I'm going to cut this down this side as well. Down through there. See, that looks like it's been sewn on. It's like that's doubled. Can you see that's like a double bit on there? This piece isn't, no. But that's sort of got like a double piece. It's strange, strange. It's not on this side. Right. Now I need to cut down through here just to make her square. There we go. That's sort of squarish, because that would be the top of the envelope. And then I'm going to just square this one up as well. Like that. So I've got two lovely long pieces. Okay. Right, so what I'm going to do, so this is pretty much square. But this is like the thinner bit. You can see that's like the thinner bit of it, and this has got the nice sort of thick bit at the top. Oh, I've got glue gun strands everywhere. Now I am using my paper. That's not quite big enough. So let's have a look. Let me get the other bits out. Here's some. I haven't quite, I haven't cut round the edges on this yet. So let's have a little look, see what we've got on the back and the front of them. Kind of like this one. That's nice, isn't it? Okay, you're not going to see a lot through it, but I would like to see a little bit through it. Do you know what I mean? So we can have like the roses, you can have that on the outside. And then on the inside you've got sort of like a little bit of text in there. So let's just cut around my little white edges. We don't need those. So how are you all? How's your weekend going? Thank you so much for everybody that's commented under the Friday Freebie video of where you all come from. It's fabulous. It's really lovely to know where you're all from. So it's pretty sort of worldwide, isn't it? It's great. And lots of you didn't know I lived in Portugal. So yes, I do. I am from the UK. So I live here in Portugal. I feel very, very lucky. Very lucky. Okay, so that's going to be the outside. Not that it really matters which end. I might actually keep this bit because I quite like that. So I'll put this like that, I think. Now I am going to sew it, so I just want to the square of this. So I'm going to go down. So this is quite nice because it's got lines on, so it's easy for me to cut. There we go. Again, this, you don't have to use pattern sort of, well, you can use any pattern paper underneath, but you don't have to use a paper. You can use coffee stain paper or something underneath it. I'm going to cut down this line here, I think. Like that. So that's the back. Pop these over there. So this will go on here. And then I'm going to just pop over to my sewing machine, and when I sew, I'm going to just pull this a little bit tight, a little bit taut, like that, before I sew it, because that will fit. Do you know what I mean? It will fit right in there. I'm actually going to just sort of like ink this a little bit beforehand, like so. Lovely. I would like to, with some of my doilies, I would like to make little bowls with the glue. If you've seen it, where you glue them. These are square ones. Look, these are really nice for journal covers, aren't they? They make a lovely journal cover. Do you know what I mean? You soak them in some glue, and then you put it over something and they harden. So I might do a couple of those during the week and do that next week. Look, so I'm going to pop to my sewing machine and just sew all the way around, so it's all tight all the way across. So I will be 2 seconds. Okay, so there we go. I think that looks really, really lovely. So it's just sewn on to the piece of paper. I'm just going to take this off. I've sewn it on with quite a dark brown cotton, because I wanted to actually see the cotton. But again, if you didn't want to see the cotton, then just use a creamy colour one or something. But I quite like the fact that you can see that it's been sewn on there. Now, this is going to be the top, because that's got like the thicker band around it. So I'm going to turn it this way. And then we want to just fold these in. Now, you can eyeball it or you can mark it off. It's entirely up to you. So I'm just going to do that. And then this will come up just a little bit. Like that. Oops, if I can. Let's just do that. I want that to just come over a little bit, because I will bend that over. There we go. Like that. Sort of eyeball it a little bit. Like that. And then this will just turn down. It's not very level, is it? Do you know, I'm going to mark this, because I think that's a little bit, that's not, probably not that square. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to find the middle. So let's just say there, little line there, go across. There's my line. That's not quite, is it? That's down here. So this is the middle. I've got the little middle there. Right there, that little dot, you probably can't see it. Is that about right? Oh, I wasn't far off. There we go. I wasn't too far off. So let's just do that. Oh, it's folded exactly the same, so I think this is just a little bit offset. Can you see it's a little bit funny? But we don't mind. Let's just bend that bit down, just so we've got that little flat bit in the middle, like that. And then what I'm going to do, I'm going to just glue gun this little bit over. Just tiny little dot on there. I'm not going to cut that off. Let's just glue that down, like so. Like that. And then to glue it, you want to make sure that these bits, you know, touch like that. So when we put the glue on here, it will glue onto it and not straight onto the actual glue the envelope down. Like that. Oh, I just think these are so pretty. Look how pretty that is. You can see the lovely colour underneath it as well. Excuse me. Right, this is like a wibbly wobbly one. Wibbly wobbly one. I'm going to just round this just a little bit. Not that it really matters because I'll pop a flower on it in a minute. Look at that. Look at how offset. We're a little offset on this one. But that's okay. We don't mind, do we? Look at that. That's lovely. I'm not going to stick any of this down because I think that's quite nice. It's really sort of like tactile, isn't it? Unless you've got, I did have actually on this one, this I stuck down because this was sort of like sticking out like that. So I just popped a tiny bit of glue in there. If you've got something that's like poking out, then I would stick it down. Okay, let's see our little wibbly wobbly one. Let's take one of these little and pop that on there and sort of make it look a little bit more in the centre like that. I love it, because what we'll do, we will attach the little pin. When we pin it, we'll attach it to here, one of these, and then to your little flower. So that's how we're going to do the little closure like that. I think these are just beautiful. So I'm going to, nice and simple actually, guys. They're not difficult to do. Like that. Let's pop that on there. Squeeze that down. Again, you can also just sort of like stick pieces of lace onto it if you're not comfortable with doing the sewing and you don't sew. Just stick around the edges or just stick pieces of lace around it. I'm sure you will figure it out as well. Now, do you know, I have got like 3 bulb pins left in my entire craft room. So that is something that I really need to order. Okay, we've got a little flower on there, and I'm going to use some of this. Now again, this is all the stuff from the from that rug that I got. I'm going to take little I don't know, little triangle bits. So little fluffy bits like that. I do like this one. Love this colour. Just little snippets. And then I might even take just a tiny bit. Where's that one which had the doubly bit on? Is this the doubly bit? This was the doubly bit. Look, we've got a little flower in there. I'm going to just snip a little bit of that off. Look at that. I'm going to add the colours behind. Let's have a little bit of purple. Maybe I'll do the purple behind first. Then we've got some brown, and then that little bit of sort of a lovely creamy colour. And I'm going to take this off so it's not so square bottomed. We've got the little sort of flower showing. Pop that in there. Right, what did I do with one of my one and only bulb pins? Oh, there it is. Pop your bulb pin through all of it like that. So that's hanging off. Then I'm going to go through this, your little bit of lace. This is why it's quite nice that it's not stuck down. Oops, if it will go through. There we go. And then attach it to your little flower. And pop it in with your bulb pin, and then that's our little closure. Look at that. Oh, just love it. Oh, I didn't put anything in the middle, did I? I've got some little crystally bits in here. Oh, I only need one. Just pop a little bit, diddly bit of glue. See if I can turn this over. Pop that in on there like that. So you've got a little bit of sparkle, a little bit of bling. Isn't that just lovely? And then we open it up, take that off, and then that's the inside where you've got your lovely little bit of writing, or whatever paper you're going to use behind it. And then we just do that up again. So that's quite a nice little closure, a little different closure, because like I said, I didn't want to wrap anything around it because I think it looks so pretty like that. I think it's lovely. Love them. Right, I'm going to make a little one like this. I'm not quite sure how I'm going to do the closure on this one, but I'll show you because this is quite hard, which is this one here. So we shall do this one. Let's use, what have we got? The lighter one underneath. So again, the same. I'm just going to pop that on there, and then I will just sew around it. It's easier to, this one's easier because it's a little bit harder, but it's easier to cut the paper first than afterwards, because afterwards you might cut your lace or whatever, I don't know. Let's see, let's just cut that to this line. I've used my fabric scissors on my paper. How naughty. Right, give me 2 seconds. I'm just going to do that. And then we've got that, the inside. Not quite sure which way to put this one. I think it's pretty similar all the way around. It is actually. But we'll use that as the top, because that will be the top, and then we can see a little bit of this on the top of the envelope. So I'm just going to quickly sew around that. Okay, so there we go. That's so pretty, isn't it? I really do like these. Let's just snip those little bits off. Like that. I've got one more like, oh no, I've got 2 more like this. I think I might keep those to make some more little pouches for these, because these are just beautiful. I love those. Okay. Right, what was the top going to be? That was the top, wasn't it? Let me just measure this, just to make sure, see if it is actually sort of squarish. Right, just over 5 inches. So that's just under 5 inches. So this is why they're not going straight. But that's all right. That's okay. That's okay. We shall sort of eyeball it a little bit. Let's just do this. I'm going to hold that up. I think this one's going to have to come in a little bit more than this one. Let's turn that up. Like that. We're going to be a bit offset. I think then that will sort of fold down a little bit better. Okay. We just eyeball this one. There we go. As long as that goes underneath there, we should be okay. Like that. Perfect. Perfect, perfect. So this is going to have to bend in just a tiny, tiny bit. Like that. If you wanted them to be absolutely perfect, then you'd have to cut your lace, you know, square. Can you see? Because this is definitely not square. But it might work out square. Let's see. Let's see what that is. Oops, what did I think that was? 3 and a bit. Yeah, see, we're pretty off on this one, guys. Pretty off on this one. But that's okay. That's okay. Right, I'm going to glue down this bit. And then glue along there. And we need to make sure we are not sticking to the envelope like that. This side I wasn't too worried about, it's just this side because that's pretty close. I think I've got a little bit of glue in there. Where's my little... Let's just... Oh, there we go. There we go. You know what I mean? Do you like the paper inside? I think it looks nice with the patterny paper inside. Well, not pattern paper, but the sort of ledger paper inside looks really good, doesn't it? Let's just stick that bit down. Okay, lovely. Little bit of ink. I didn't ink this one, did I? Let's take my ink out. Just a little bit around there. Fold this over. Like that. I think that one's a little bit more even. There we go. Let's do that. I'm going to just bend that over. Pop that on. Look at that. Oh, I love them. I think they're so pretty. Oh, we don't want the cotton on there. That's lovely. Now, how lovely to put a little letter or something in there, and then put this as a in another envelope, obviously, because you can't send this in the post. As a little gift in there. I think somebody would absolutely love it. I'm just going to glue that down. Didn't glue that down very well. Beautiful. Right, I can probably clip something into this, but I'm not going to because I think it might, it's very, very fragile, this one. So I don't think I'll get, oh look, there's a beautiful little flower. Don't think I'll get much in there. Grab it, do you know what I mean? So what can we do? Shall we pretty up the little edges a little bit more? Could do that. I do apologise if you can hear all that noise of the, I think he's cutting the hedges or something. Again, we've had such a beautiful day here. Which way round was I going to do it? This way. Like this. Pull that down. There we are. Lovely. I've got like 3 pairs of scissors on my desk. This can then go this way. Let's just decorate that because that's pretty, isn't it? A little bit of glue. See, this lace is quite stiff as well. This is a nice one that sort of like keeps its sort of shape. I'm not quite sure what it's made of. I think it's a very sort of raw cotton lace, I think. Look at that. Isn't that just so pretty? Put these little bits away. What should we have? This little one. I could do with like a little bit of little flowery something. What we got in here? We have, did that go? What have we got? A little bit of purple on there. That's quite pretty, isn't it? Where's the end of this? There it is. Let's just see what one of these, is that going to be too big on there? Do you know, I like this white, I really do. I've got a little bit, made a little flower. Does that look quite nice? I think that might look quite nice, doesn't it? Like that. Oh, that's so pretty. Okay, and then it's a little flower I made with, let's pop that in there. out of the way, I made with, what lace was it? This one. So what we can do, like I did on one of these, I made like a little loop here. I just bent it over. Doesn't need too much bending over on this one because it's not very big. Just to catch, so I can, you know, something to attach the little bulb pin to. So I'm going to do that. I want to make sure we are sort of there. I'm going to add a little bit of glue gun. Just squeeze that down. That top bit one is not going to be stuck down enough. Tiny little bit on there. Like that, and just squeeze that down. There we go. So again, it's got like a little loop in it, can you see? So you could also put something through that and wrap it round if you wanted to, but I'm going to just use that little loop to attach the bulb pin. See, we've got one little bulb pin. Let's do this way, I think. Back, front. It's quite difficult to know which is the back and the front, not that it really matters, does it? Put that on top. Like that. Then that can go on there. Oh, I do like this one. This one's really pretty. Blob of glue. Hold that on. Like that. So that's the inside. That's lovely. I like that. See, I quite like this stitching. I think the stitching looks really nice on there, doesn't it? Gosh, very croaky. Right, what can we put on here? We could do with some little beads or something, little pearls. Okay, let me just get my little pearls. Okay, so I've got my little thingy majiggities that I've made, and I've got some lovely little pearls in here, which I think will be quite nice. Not going to be too big. What do you think they will look like? It's a little one there. Let's just have a little peek. Yeah, I think that will do. So if I put these on, the big one, just so we've got something dangling down. So I'll go through that little one at the bottom, through that bit of lace if I can. Feels like my little bulb pins aren't very sharp. There we go. Can you see? So that's just hanging down, and then we've got this beautiful little closure with these little beads hanging on it. Oh, I love them. I think they're so pretty, and like I say, I don't think you need anything because you've got that lovely, like that little circle fits in there perfect. Looks so pretty. Pull that down. Oh, love them. I think they are lovely. So should we just do one more? Love this. I would like to do something to fit this one in. Well, not that I finished it yet, but it'd be quite nice to have something for this to go into. I've got the white, which we could, because I've got white lace on here. So how are we going to do that, do you think? I don't really want to use all of this. As I use, it's a little bit, it needs to come up, doesn't it? What's this one? I'm quite sure, because I loved this. I think this looks so lovely, like a little pocket. Loving those. Maybe I'll find something else to pop this in. But I'm loving it. I might make a little, just a little one. If I make another little journal, I'm going to cut this. I'm going to be daring. I am going to just snip this. Oh, there we go. Nice and brave. This looks like this, but you know what I mean? This is like brownie colour, creamy colour. It's exactly the same, isn't it? But this just happens to be white. So which way round? They're not very square. This one doesn't look very square. It doesn't look as square as this one, does it? This one's harder. This one seems to be a lot harder. No, they're a bit sort of lopsided. So which way? Like this. Is there a right or a wrong side? Don't think so. Let's make another little one of these anyway, because I think it's lovely. That's not going to work, is it? We need this to be square. I need this to be square. I have to just cut this little bit off here. Like that. This can go on to something else. This can be the top. So I think that's pretty much square now, isn't it? Right, I think. Let's put those together. That up. That seems wider. Right, I'm going to just... I'm going to get me a little peg. This one says a little bit more. Got a little mind of its own, this one. I'm going to just do that. I'm going to sort of clip that together, I think, just for a minute, and then turn that up like that. Okay, so this one seems a little bit more. This is sort of not as deep, I don't think. Doesn't feel as deep as that one. But I'm going to glue this just down like that. Pop that on. Like so. There we go. And that can go on there. I'm going to go down this way because I find it easier this way. Pop that in. Stick that down. Oops, I should have put my little finger dauber in here. Look at that. There we are. Look at that. It's got that lovely scruffy bit on there. So that could come down. Oh, I like that. Look at that. Oh, that's quite big actually. I thought it looked a little bit smaller than these, but I don't think it is. Don't think it is. You think that will fit inside? Maybe it is. No, I don't think so. I think it's roughly the same size, isn't it? Yes, it is. It is. But I'm loving this one. I absolutely love these ones. Let's just pop that in. Oh, I'm all fingers and thumbs now. Pop you in like that. I think I'm going to have to find a big square of lace to make a big one, because I think That goes in there lovely. I think I need to do one for this. I really have the urge to do one for that now. So I might just go and see if I can quickly find a square one. There we go, that's a beautiful, love it. Right, what should we put on there? What sort of bowy flowery bit on there? Oh, I like this. Right, let's have a little look. I might have to make one. I've got this one, but I don't think I want that colour. Do we want that colour? It's not bad, is it? A little rose. Got my little roses. I had that little rose on here somewhere. I don't know, it's disappeared now. Oh, there it is. This is the one I've had floating around for ages. And I have a funny feeling that's going to look absolutely gorgeous on there. Look at that. That's perfect. I don't like the straight edges on this. So I might just snip those little bits off. Oops. Yes, no, my glue everywhere. This piece has been floating around for a long time, waiting for the perfect little place to go. There we go. Perfect, then that can go on there. Oh, I love it. A little bit of glue. Let's get my little finger protector under there. That can sit there. Pop that on there. Now I need to make another little journal, don't I? To go in here. I think that's absolutely perfect. How pretty that is. Oh, so gorgeous. And because they go quite big, because they're quite soft, they go quite big, so that's why they're ideal to put the little journals in, aren't they? Oh, I love it. Right guys, I really need to do this one. I need one to do on this one, but I'm not quite sure how. We've got this. I think this is too heavy. This is too thick, so we needs to sort of go in there like this, doesn't it? That goes across and that goes up. So that's not quite square. Right, 2 seconds, I'll be back. I found one. Look at that. Look at this little one. It's a little bit floppy, that's the only thing. Right, so I haven't finished this, so it probably will be a little bit thicker than this. But I think that would probably work, wouldn't it? Like that. Oh, I love that. I think that's so pretty. But the only thing is that would sort of flop down. So I'm just wondering, we need to sort of put something on here. What's this I've got here? Got that. Or what's this piece? This is probably better. Pop you out of the way. What would that do? Would that sit on there? Just reinforce that. This is a little bit harder actually, a little bit stiffer. And that would sort of sit in there like that. I think it would probably still flop, but I might just add that in. I might just add a little bit of sort of paper, card or something in this little bit. Let's just see. I'm going to just chop this down through there like that. What can I put in here? Or maybe a little bit of what's it called? Hang on. This is a piece of felt. I'm just wondering whether I could pop a little bit of felt inside just to reinforce it like that. What do you think? I think it would have to go all the way to the bottom. I think it probably would, so it backed the whole thing like that, wouldn't it? It's not very straight, but if I did it like that, this is too big, way too big. Let's see if we can needs to be the same as this, doesn't it, really? So let me get my pencil. I'm going to just mark that like that. See if we can straighten it up a little bit. That would then sit in there. This has to come up to there, doesn't it? This would go in. This piece would go over the top. I would have to make it that size. That would slip in like that, and then I'd put that in there. And I think that would work, guys. I think that would work. This would have to come. Can I make one? Ooh, something's made me cough. Wafting all this stuff around, I think. I need to make that a little bit bigger. These aren't quite big enough. There we go, let's just pull that up. I need to make it that big, wouldn't I? Like that, so they'd have to cut this bit just a little bit bigger, like that. Oopsie daisy. Let's take this out of the way. Don't know whether this is going to work, but we shall see. This little bit I can use somewhere else. Okay. That would go on there. That would go on there. What should I cut it to size with? Shape. This one. Should I just do that? And then we will make them just fit. Make it fit. We shall make it fit, won't we? That can go in there. I don't want to see it, so I need to sort of maybe stitch around it, hand stitch it like that, because you wouldn't see this bit underneath there. And then that would just sit in there. Would that slot in? I'm going to make it anyway, even if it's sort of I can fit something else into it, because I kind of like this idea. Like that. I think I'm going to just stitch that. I think I will hand stitch that. So I think, guys, this is going to be another little project I might just do tonight. See if it'll work, and then I can show you in another video to see if it would work. And then you're probably going to come up with another idea that I could have done it a different way. But let's just see. This doesn't have to be done up quite tight, does it? And then I might sew these together, actually, like that. Because this, I know this is going to be a little bit bigger, so I could probably sew those together and pop that in. Oh well, I'll give it a go. If this doesn't fit in it, I'll make a journal that does, if it works. So guys, there we go. Off on another little tangent there. But that's how we get ideas, isn't it? Working on something, it brings up other ideas. But looking at these, I just think they are beautiful. Absolutely love them. I think these are my favourite. These are my favourite, with the little tiddly journals in them. They are just beautiful, aren't they? Look at that. Excuse now to make another little journal, isn't it? Because I need one to pop into there. Look at that, it's just beautiful. Absolutely gorgeous. So I've got lots of lovely. So this one again, I just popped on a little Velcro bit, but I think I prefer this. I think that looks really, really lovely. I think that would just fit in a journal. Again, if you wanted to decorate this side, you can, but I don't think there's any need, because that is your prettiness on it. And then that means that could go into a journal. You could pop some little goodies in there for somebody. I just think they're beautiful. So there we go. just a lovely little piece of paper with some lace over the top. Again, if you don't have doilies, you could use, you know, you can buy all sorts of bits of lace or a little bit of fabric. You could do the same with fabric, but I think they've just come out absolutely lovely. So there we go, guys. Thank you so much for joining me. Oh, look what I've just found. Oh, look at that. That's another little one. Oh, getting carried away with these now. There we go. Thank you so much for joining me. Have a fab rest of the evening. Lovely weekend, and I will see you soon. All right, guys. Bye-bye.